This program is a collaboration of personal opinions and individual free thought. It does not represent the views or narrative of the mainstream corporate media hacks. Viewer discretion is advised.
And here we go.
Live from the bell tower, taking a stand for your rights, your liberties, and all the bullshit in between. You're listening to Break the Bell Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's a weekend again, and it is cold as shit out.
Yes, the worm has turned.
It was 80 degrees like 3 days ago, and it was like 20 degrees this morning or something. It was fucking ridiculous.
Ice on my deck that's been there for the last 2 days.
Yeah, it snowed yesterday.
Yeah.
It freaking snowed.
Yeah, like hard.
Like uncalled for.
Yeah.
Like nobody, no weatherman like warned us. I think all weather people should be fired, first of all.
They should,
like,
for missing that one.
First of all, what does a weatherman do anymore? Because
computers do it all.
Computers do it all. All they they just like read a printout and then get on and read it. And I feel like if it's something as important as the first snow, you should get that right. Like we should have at least like a 3, 4, 5 day warning. Hey, it's gonna fucking snow on Saturday, so be prepared. I don't have to wake up after a long night. Wake up the next day, open my blinds up, and see freaking snowflakes outside.
And what were your first words when you saw that snow?
What the fuck? That was literally my first. Actually, my wife came in because she got up before me. She's like, "It's snowing out." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, are you serious? And then my son comes in and he's like, "Dad, it's snowing." I was like, "I know. Go away. Go bury yourself in it." I hate this shit. I know you. I blame you. You wished. I know. You wished all this shit on us.
You told me that. You blame me.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I can't wait for snow and blizzards and cold and ice and shit and misery and doom and gloom and and depression. Yeah, that was you. So
it was. Yes.
This is gonna be me for the next like 6 months. You realize that, right?
Yes.
It's like happy. Craig is gone. Like happy summer Craig, baseball loving, hot dog eating, beer drinking, summertime Craig is gone, and now you get depressed, dark, winter cold.
There is no joy in the world.
No, there's not. There's no joy left because it snowed and it is cold, and now I just hate everything about everything now.
So come May, the joy will return to the show.
Well, April is when baseball season kicks back off, so that's probably when it'll come back. But how's everybody doing? It is Sunday night once again, and we are here to wrap up your week in the news because so much important stuff has happened. Mostly just election stuff, and we've already kicked that can around way too much.
Yes, but we did not have the shining of elevator blood flow out of the
red wave, the massive red wave.
Never happened.
We didn't see that. Like,
never happened.
What happened? It's kind of like Trump's first election when everybody's like, oh, Hillary's going to win with a landslide, and everybody's like, what the hell? Like, what are the polls even? Like, why do we even listen to polls? Because we know they don't get a good sample when they poll people. And the only people that are going to these polls or taking these polls are the people that support the network that is like giving the polls.
Right.
Like, if it's a CNN poll, it's obviously going to be Democrats. If it's a Fox News poll, it's obviously going to be Republicans. If it's a Pew Research poll, like, what is it, mostly boomers? Like, who takes those things? Have you been ever, like, taken one of these election polls?
No, I've never had anybody ask me who I wanted to vote for or who I thought was going to win.
Yeah, so who are they polling, and where are they getting this information from? Because they are constantly wrong.
I think it's like Rachel Maddow will put up and be like, hey, take our poll on who you think's going to win, right?
Yeah, and you'll get
or Fox will be like, hey, take our poll and tell us who you think's going to win.
Maybe they should offer like free month subscription to their streaming platform or something. So that's the only way they get people on their streaming platform.
No, I blame the Republicans. I feel like they phoned it in, man. They thought that it was a given, so they just ran shit candidates.
Well, yeah, look, we had Oz.
Yeah.
Dr. Oz, as one of the top watched elections this cycle was the Oz versus the brain dead dude.
Yes.
Fetterman.
Yes. Snuffleupagus.
Yes, it's like, how is, like, this is the most watched, most important election, and it's those two complete dumbasses.
Yeah.
Like, complete dumbasses. One is like a physical dumbass, and one is just a TV dumbass.
Yeah.
And so,
And it's like, there's a reason why his show's not on TV anymore. Because nobody liked him.
Does anybody like follow Dr. Oz anymore to the point where they're like, you know who'd be a great candidate?
Yeah.
Dr.
That's
Oz.
Dr. Oz. People loved him back in the 90s.
They're like, we're going to
right?
run a celebrity. And they're like, oh, is this somebody really famous? Yes, Dr. Oz. Oh, who?
Yeah, exactly. Like from the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. So before we get into all this stuff, because I got a little bit of election stuff to cover, very little.
Yeah.
We got to mention, obviously, our sponsor, which does not support Dr. Oz or Fetterman, I am sure. Our coffee-loving sponsor, that is Run Your Mouth Coffee. They support free speech, which goes against most candidates in this election cycle.
Yeah, right.
Run Your Mouth Coffee makes delicious coffee, first and foremost. Fresh roasted coffee. They deliver it straight to your door. You don't have to put on pants to get your coffee. And they also support free speech, which is something that I support, and I think Bill supports, even though he likes the cold, he still supports free speech.
That's part of my free speech to say, hey, I like snow.
That's not free speech we want around here, though. We want free speech except your free speech. So, but Run Your Mouth Coffee supports everybody's free
Even
speech,
mine.
even Bill's stupid ass opinion of the cold and snow. Go to rymcoffee.com. Tell them we sent you by using the promo code Break the Bell. You'll get 10% off your purchase plus free shipping, and that's a freaking awesome deal. Get delicious coffee. Again, support companies that support your rights, such as free speech. Support Run Your Mouth Coffee. Don't support Starbucks or Folgers or shit. Get good coffee first, because that's America, is good coffee. The reason America is going downhill is because there's the coffee's going downhill. The quality of coffee is going downhill. So support good coffee. Support your rights. Go to rymcoffee.com. That is all. Make sure you check us out all over the social medias and the interwebs and the airwaves and everywhere that you find us. You can find us all over the social medias at our handle, which is at Break the Bell Pod. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a Facebook forum called the Breaking the Bell Forum. Check that out, and you can talk to us. I like to hang out on Twitter. I usually am the biggest asshole on Twitter. So if you like Twitter, follow us on Twitter because it's fun.
I've actually revitalized my relationship with Twitter.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah. I was getting tired of Instagram. It was getting boring.
Yeah, I've never been an Instagram person, so I'm not a millennial white girl, so
right.
I
don't wear your Uggs.
I don't take pictures of my food that often, unless it's something that I know will make you jealous. Then I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. So I'll be like, "Look what you're missing out, bitch." All over social media, you can find us on all the podcast platforms that we know of. Anyway, if you can't find us on a podcast platform, let me know and I'll make sure it gets on that platform, because we want to be on everything. We want to be everywhere. So if we're not on a social media platform or a podcast platform, let us know, hit us up, and we will get there. You can find links to all of our social media and all of our store, like our merch store and stuff. You can go to breakthebellpod.com and you can find access to all that shit, because it's nice central location for everything to be. So,
yes, very much so.
Check out our merch store, which is freaking awesome, and you'll get awesome merch like the I Will Not Eat Your Bugs shirt, the We Are Not Your Pawns shirt. We've got logo stuff. We've got our, I still don't have it on this image, the Is This Shirt Even Real shirt. So check that out. That's at breakthebell.bigcartel.com, or again, you can find links to that at breakthebellpod.com. Let's get into the show. You ready? We got to get the election stuff out of the way first, obviously.
Let's just get it out of the way.
Because there little did I know, other stuff did actually happen this week.
Right. Yes. Well, they wanted us not to know that stuff.
Yeah, because elections, elections all in your face and shit. First and foremost, the Democrats did hold the Senate, unfortunately.
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
Today,
is it
didn't
unfortunate? Fortunate? I don't know. Just
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just sad either way. Yeah, that just updated today, like a few hours ago.
I didn't have the heart to tell my wife because she was like, "Oh, have you heard anything else about the election?" And that just popped up on my phone. I'm like,
"Nope,
not yet."
Nope. You just slide your phone back in your pocket. I haven't heard a damn thing.
Yep.
But yeah, what is with Georgia and Arizona always taking for fucking ever to come up with results? It's always those two.
I think those are the two it's easiest to cheat in.
Apparently. Well, Arizona did have a machine malfunction or something where they shut down for a while.
In Mariposa County, which I guess there's actually a real investigation going on there now.
Which
they're saying,
well, that was the county last time too,
well, it's a big Republican county, I guess.
So it's like, why is this county always getting hit hard? Yeah. And then Georgia's always going into runoff elections.
Right, yes.
I don't. Their rules must be different, but it's always like, all right, waiting on you, Georgia. And Georgia's like, actually, we're going to push it back to December.
And that's the Herschel Walker state.
Mm-hmm.
So
so Herschel Walker is going to the runoff. Yes.
That's ironic.
I saw on Twitter, tell me if this sounds slightly racist, maybe. George Takei, is that his name?
The guy from Star Trek?
Yes.
Takei.
There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever. He had posted on Twitter. He's like, no, Herschel Walker, runoff is not talking about what you did to your kids.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Yes. I laughed at that, and then I was like, oh, is that racist? I don't know.
I don't
But he
think
did
so.
run out on his kids.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's kind of racial stereotype. But is it a stereotype when you're embracing that
I
stereotype?
was going to say that and, I mean, where there's truth behind it.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. When Herschel Walker embraces the stereotype so hard, it's brutal.
Can an Asian gay man be racist?
I don't know. I don't know how that works anymore. The rules are just up in the air because
true.
last month black people couldn't be racist, but
Right.
then Kanye happened, and
Yes.
now they can be
And Kyrie.
racist again. Yes, yeah. Don't forget those people. So,
Yes.
Herschel Walker is going to the runoffs, which is not what he does to his kids, apparently. So,
Thank you for clarifying that, Sulu.
did Carrie Lake get ousted?
Nobody knows yet.
They don't know.
They,
that one
they
yet.
don't have the numbers
okay.
yet.
All right.
It's so close, though. It's
right. It's right there. So, it's still going on, and it will be ongoing at least till December.
until the Democrats are sure they can win.
Yeah. So, the House is still really tight.
Yes,
I think
yes.
last I saw, the Republicans had 212 out of the 218 that they need.
Yeah.
But it's
And
a tight race.
Democrats
too.
are sitting at like 207.
And Nancy Pelosi did hint that she will not, if the Democrats do take the House, she will not give up her seat as Speaker of the House. So we might get a few more years of that cokehead
I couldn't.
woman.
I don't know if I can handle that, man.
No, you don't think so? So she might be trying to speak for a few more years. So we got that to look forward to. Now let's talk about Pennsylvania, because we talked about Oz.
Yes.
How
Cookie
he-
Monster won.
Oz got beat out by the freaking Goomba.
Yes.
The brain dead got lit. It's like,
Yeah. I like Jell-O.
yes. I mean, we make fun of it. It is a sad situation. We said the same thing about Biden. It's sad to see
Yes.
them propping up this guy that can't really handle this
Yes.
kind of pressure, political pressure and shit. How is this their guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then on top of that, how did the Republicans fuck up so bad that this guy beat them
Yes.
so poorly?
Yeah. Because you remember the debate, right? They're talking about Social Security and he's like, Oz hates Social Security. And Oz is like,
No, it's a fact that
Yeah.
you would repeal Social
Yeah.
Security. And I was like, I never said
yeah.
that.
He's like, well, look, if you take the 4%, very analytical answer, and then he comes back, he's like, no, I will re-say he hates Social Security.
It's a fact.
Yes.
Now, I thought Pennsylvania and the Republicans fucked up bad enough for the Senate, but little did I know how poorly they fucked up for the House, the Pennsylvania Republicans, because apparently, and I first, when I kept seeing this headline, I thought they were referring to, when I kept seeing Twitter posts of a dead guy winning the election, I thought they were talking about brain dead guy,
Right.
Fetterman. Yeah. But no, they were talking about literally a dead person got reelected to the House by a landslide.
Wow.
This guy died in October, so he's been dead a full fucking month. And he won re-election by a
Just
landslide.
goes to say, the less you say, the better off you are.
Yes, less is more, guys. No, so what Pennsylvania has apparently is some law where once the first votes, like ballots, are cast, you can't pull the candidate until after the election. And then after the fact, they have to do a special election. It's like, that's kind of a waste of taxpayer money.
Is, big time.
But again, what does that say about Republicans when a fucking dead guy wins by a landslide? Like, more people had more faith, which I guess in this situation, I probably would have voted for the dead guy too.
Yes.
I don't care that he's a Democrat.
Yeah.
He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
He's going to do more for this country
Yes.
than any other candidate in the United States, probably.
Yes.
So this says Democrats reelect by a landslide in Pennsylvania, even though he is dead. It says a longtime Pennsylvania state representative was reelected in a landslide, even though he died last month. Democrat Tony DeLuca, Pennsylvania's longest-serving state representative, and that time keeps extending apparently, was the choice in more than 85% of votes cast. I mean, if you look at it this way, the way the Republicans make out the elections to be, if you can be dead and vote in elections, you should be able to be dead and run in elections. It's only fair.
Right.
How many dead voters voted for dead representative? That's the real
that's the
question.
number I want to see.
Yes. It says was a choice in more than 85%.
Wow. That's huge.
85% of the people voted for a dead guy.
That's insane.
And he was 85 when he died.
Wow,
I mean, what are the
ironic.
odds? It says he died October 9th from lymphoma, a disease he had twice previously fended off. By the time of his death, it was too late to change the ballot or put forth another candidate for his seat. While his opponent, Green candidate, so it's not even Republicans, I guess. It's Green, a Green party. Green candidate. So Republicans are just like, we're not even going to fucking put anybody
It's not
up.
even worth it. This guy's going to beat anybody we can.
So, man, that bad, huh? Green candidate Quinoa, I don't know, Quiana, I'm just going to say quinoa, Zara Livingston, accounted for more than 14% of the vote. DeLuca's victory has triggered a special election that will be held on a later date.
Now, if you're quinoa, how does that make you feel as a person? Right?
No shit. The Democratic Pennsylvania House Democratic Campaign Committee said in a tweet, "While we're incredibly saddened by the loss of Representative Tony DeLuca, we are proud to see voters continue to show their confidence in him and his commitment to democratic values by re-electing him posthumously."
Wow.
This isn't the first time a candidate has won an election posthumously. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes.
In 2018, brothel owner Dennis Hoff won a seat in Nevada Senate as a Republican despite dying the month before. Unlike in Pennsylvania, however, his victory didn't trigger a special election. Under Nevada state law, county officials could appoint a Republican to take his place. Oh, okay. All right.
That seems kind of convenient.
It says some blame low voter awareness of current events. Current events such as whether the candidate is alive or not, for why candidates get... I mean, shouldn't that have been the Green candidate's, like, platform for the last month?
I think I would have pointed that out.
It's like, vote for me, I'm not dead.
She probably just thought, or he, I don't know who, probably just thought it was a given at that point. Like, oh, I guess I'm automatically going to win.
Maybe he didn't, or she, I don't even know, whatever, quinoa. Maybe they didn't even know he was dead.
I think I would have made a, I don't know. There's no, that's why they need to have debates, right?
Yeah, I want to see that debate. Now to you, Tony. You know, that makes the most sense of anybody I've ever heard this election cycle so far.
Well, we do have a time limit.
No, you need to keep that rhetoric down.
Yeah.
This is getting a little extreme here. So, what do you think of this? Personally, I say they just let it ride for the next 2 years.
Right?
Just let it.
It can't hurt.
Yeah, right.
It can't hurt. It's a given seat.
Right. Democrats would do that too. It's like, well, do we want to risk losing the seat when I mean, we could just play this out.
This vote is a given.
We could prop him up in the chair. I mean,
we've
been doing it with Joe Biden for how many years
exactly.
now?
Yeah, seems to be a recurring theme in our elections is that nobody knows when someone's actually dead.
Yes. So here, moving on. So that's about all the election stuff.
It kind of hurts being a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, right? I mean, that's my one connection to Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. That they've elected a dumbass and a dead guy.
A brain guy dead and a literally dead guy.
Yes.
That's what Pennsylvania has.
Yes.
And that says less about the Democrats and more about the Republicans. And it's like, why aren't you trying fucking harder?
Right.
It should have been a gimme when those are the candidates we're working with. But apparently the Republicans are like, we got nothing.
Yeah.
We got nothing. Dude, he's literally dead. It's like,
Nah, you
got
still
nothing.
man.
Yes. So let's move on. This just popped up to my attention because this just happened today. Apparently, Biden's DHS head quit after being told to resign or fire. So this is the guy that's kind of in charge of the
Borders, right?
fuck up.
Yes.
So I don't even know why this happened. I just you sent it to me. And I'm like, well, let's talk about it. Let's read it and talk about it. It says U.S. Customs and Border Commissioner Chris Magnus has quit his position after being asked by DHS head Alejandro Mayorkas to leave or be fired. Man, all the fucking typos in these things.
Come on, Zero Hedge.
Says, I expressed to him that I felt there was no justification for me to resign when I still care deeply about the work I was doing and felt that the work was focused on the things I was hired to do in the first place.
Bring people into the
Yeah,
country.
leaving the doors wide open?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what were you hired
Told
to
me
do?
to do it.
Magnus, a former police chief who is known as progressive law enforcement leader, said he will not comply with the request. I thought it said he was
I thought he did
resigning.
too.
Maybe he said that
Well, he's
first
being
and then
told
changed.
to. It says he's being told to fire. Or
Yeah,
quit.
but I thought it said he resigned after
That's-
being told to.
Yeah.
It says, I'm excited about the progress I made and look forward to continuing that work. That said, Mayorkas isn't the only one calling for Magnus's head. Earlier this month, Republican lawmakers demanded his resignation following complaints over his job performance, including reports that he's fallen asleep during meetings.
Isn't that what Biden does?
Yeah, nobody, I mean, he's not quitting, apparently.
Right.
Oh, he's been snoring through these. Says, I mean, at least Biden was silent.
That's true, yes.
Says, based on recent report by Politico, U.S. CBP Commissioner Chris Magnus has been sleeping on the job, literally. It's unacceptable for someone in such a critical position to skip high-level meetings because of his sleep schedule. America's top border official is prioritizing naps over national security. And this is Politico reporting this. Magnus has been snoring through the skyrocketing border crossings since he got the job. Under his supervision, we've seen record-breaking border crossings month after month, said Representative, I guess this is Jody Heiss, a Republican from Georgia.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
so it's not Politico. She was quoting Politico.
Gotcha.
It says on Tuesday, Magnus ignored an order from Mayorkas not to attend a meeting. So they're like, you just set this one out, man.
Yeah,
I know you're
missed
the
all
head.
the other ones.
Yeah, I know you're the head of this,
Yeah.
but you just sit this one out. And he ignored that, apparently.
And so that one he decides to show up
Yes. After me making extensive attempts to reach Mayorkas and discuss the matters, I went to the meetings. So after me making, like, what kind of grammar is that, dude? After making extensive attempts to reach Mayorkas and discuss the matter, I went to the meeting so I could engage with the chiefs on various issues and concerns. I also met with Chief Ortiz to see how we might best work together moving forward. And that's all. That's all it
That's
says.
all it says?
So apparently, what's probably happening is people are pressuring them on the border issues,
Yeah.
and this guy is in the crosshairs.
Right.
And so they're like, you got to go, bro.
Yeah.
And then
well,
his sleeping on the job doesn't help the
I was going to say,
situation.
well, and again, he's doing what he's told he should be doing,
Mm-hmm.
which is let as many people in as you can. And the problem is he's fallen asleep at the meetings. So it looks bad.
Well, I think that's just the excuse they're giving to see
Yeah.
him out the door. It's like, well, you did fall asleep that one time.
He's
He's
like,
like,
"No."
it was one fucking
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you kept me up all night.
Yeah. And Joe was sleeping too. What?
Yeah. He wasn't snoring.
Yeah. So let's move on because this is more important here and saddening at the same time. You see, I am disgruntled that it's winter time, Christmas music's playing, Christmas music or movies are going to start airing.
I've been avoiding Christmas music in movies. My kids last night made a big push, like, Dad, we got to watch a Christmas movie. I'm like, I can't do it. Not till after Thanksgiving. So
well, at least you've got a little bit of a
I
head
have
on your shoulder
principles.
still.
I have
A
principles.
couple, not many, but
Not
a couple.
Not many.
Now, when it comes to principles and asking the question, what the fuck were they thinking? Lindsay Lohan has a Christmas movie coming out. I mean,
Wow.
just when I thought like Mariah Carey was the worst that could happen every single Christmas, they're like, you know what we need? Like, who's sitting in that freaking marketing firm and like sitting around the freaking round table making suggestions and stuff at Lifetime or whoever's putting this out. And they're like, we could do a Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie. It's like, first of all, what has Lindsay Lohan done in the last 10, 12 years besides
she's a
Coke?
I was going to say a washed-up Disney child star who's more famous for coking up and
that's basically it. But apparently she is going to be in a Christmas movie.
Wow, is this a Hallmark movie?
It isn't what you hoped it would be.
Okay,
it's so much more.
Oh, beautiful.
What I hoped it would be is non-existent.
Yes.
So obviously it's not what I hoped it would be.
Yes.
It's much more than that because it exists
Yes.
as a thing. It says this is from CNN. So I mean, this
Beautiful.
is
World
of
news.
all the stuff going on right now. This is what they decide to cover. So we have to cover it too. As you gaze upon it, dreamy music plays from who knows where, but it doesn't matter. It's a Christmas movie, obviously.
They always have music.
And you feel like you're descending into a magical land, one where actress Lindsay Lohan is actively working again, just as the Parent Trap gods intended. The troubled years seem like they never happened, and the world is exactly how it should be.
Oh, wait, have you seen the plastic surgery on this chick? I mean,
I have.
she looks worse than like a Barbie. I
Yes.
mean, she looks horrible with all that plastic surgery.
Who's is it Joan Rivers? She looks like a
Yes,
young Joan Rivers.
she does.
God damn
She
it! I
does.
did this thing again.
At least
where it
before
came-
she had plastic surgery, I mean, she was a cute redhead.
Yes.
And now she looks horrible.
So I'm going to try to read over. There it goes. It disappeared. The freaking bar across the top says, "This is not heaven, friends. It's Netflix's Falling for Christmas." That's not my thought of heaven, is Lindsay Lohan playing in a Christmas movie.
On Netflix?
Yes, Netflix. Falling for Christmas. So put that on your list, I guess,
Beautiful.
of annual traditions from now on.
Right.
What it's about. What we need to know about Sierra Belmont, which is Lohan's character.
Oh.
Her life is summed up perfectly in the opening scene, Falling for Christmas, when her glam squad, what is it, like Mean Girls meets Christmas?
Right.
Arrives to her hotel room to do something not immediately obvious to her already perfect curls and watermelon-tinted lips. God, who wrote this?
No shit.
It doesn't matter that she #woke up like this. Sierra's life is about meaningless excess, more of the things you don't need in life, but none of the things you actually do, like interactions with people who wear things like flannel print. What the fuck?
No shit.
Her father, Jack Wagner, is the owner of a fancy namesake hotel, and he has brought Sierra to the property to integrate her into the family business as the vice president of Atmosphere, a job title she acknowledges is about as real as the film's Snow. So basically, rich girl, daddy gives her this made-up title so she might make something
kind
in
of a
life,
Paris Hilton
which is
type.
kind of what they did to Lohan by giving her this movie, is make up
Right,
this
yeah.
made-up part for
Did
her.
her dad make this movie?
Probably. Bacon-hating Sierra soon finds herself on a mountaintop with her influencer boyfriend Tad, who is George Young, I guess.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. Who proposes with a ring that's quadruple the size of a normal person's I'm sorry diamond. But before they can get back onto the snowmobile, the weather takes a quick turn for the stormy, and Sierra and Tad are tossed down opposite sides of the snowy apex on which their dreams were about to come true. Sierra wakes in the hospital, rescued by a struggling bed and breakfast owner, played by Glee alum Cord Overstreet. Is that a name? Who, in this role, shows off that he's now old enough to grow a single dad scruff beard. The hospital, let's say nothing of its subpar rural healthcare, released Sierra, now a nameless amnesia. So she gets amnesia. It's one of those
It's
movies.
overboard. It's
Yeah.
fucking overboard with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, except for on a
Or
mountain.
what's the Jim Carrey one? The Majestic.
Oh, I didn't see
When
that one.
when he crashes off a bridge
Okay.
and then gets amnesia and then
Yeah.
goes and runs like a movie theater. Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's a fucking typical Hallmark
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Absolutely no originality, no
No.
creativity.
Why plot holes don't matter? Because it's a Christmas
with
movie.
Lindsay Lohan.
Falling for Christmas is so much bigger than its crater-like plot holes. It's a joyful reminder that you don't need to lose your memory to remember how precious fresh starts are. All right, I don't need to read anymore. I get I thought maybe when they're like, it's not what you think it is. It's exactly what I think it is.
Yeah.
It's a terrible, shitty Christmas movie,
Yep.
and it features Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
Therefore, it's that much shittier.
Yes.
So, are you putting this on your list of movies to see?
I'm probably going to skip it.
I feel like we have to watch it now, though.
Should we do a special screening?
Yes, we have to do like what do they call that? Where everybody watches it I can't think of what it's called. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We need to Mystery Theater 3000 it.
Yes, we're gotta watch this one. This is a banger, guys. Lindsay Lohan in typical white girl Christmas movie. It's going to be the next Elf, I think. Absolutely.
Of course.
Next, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's going to be a instant classic, Christmas classic that everybody must see every year from now on. Had to bring that up because, again, it's classic. Yes. What the hell were they thinking?
And who doesn't love a good Lindsay Lohan story, right?
Me. I don't love any of them. The only one I did like The Parent Trap when she was like a kid.
Sure,
that was an interesting for a remake, it turned out pretty good. Yeah. And that had wasn't that Dennis Quaid was in that too?
Yeah.
And I like Dennis Quaid. Yeah. So then she was in the fourth remake of Freaky Friday.
Yeah, my daughter likes that one.
That was all right because
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis did the majority of that, made it a good movie. Yeah. Oh, we got comments.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's our
sex
find XYZ. Beautiful girls here. Thank you for commenting, sex find XYZ.
Wouldn't be a Christmas without.
Yes. All right. Also in the news of what the fuck were they thinking? And again, what were the marketers thinking? How did this make it to the airwaves, past the round table? How'd that guy not end up like the meme where the guy's getting thrown out the window during the business meeting? KFC has long been in, their marketing campaigns always border on the line of what the hell. You remember that sexy chicken dance one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was just freaking weird.
Yeah.
Apparently, KFC in Germany this week put out an ad commemorating Kristallnacht, or the night that a bunch of Jews were killed in Germany, in Nazi Germany.
Do they have a clip of the commercial?
I think it was a Twitter post, maybe.
Oh, okay.
This says KFC apologizes for promotion that tells Germans to mark Kristallnacht with crispy chicken. Were they just sitting around in their probably American office, and they're just flipping through calendar well, I'm in charge of Germany this month. Let's flip through the calendar. What's a German holiday? And they're just like, oh, Kristallnacht. That sounds similar
close to Christmas.
It's Christmas, crispy.
Christmas
we can do something with
Nacht
this.
is night in German. That must be Crystal Night.
Yes, we can do something with this. Says KFC apologizes after promoting a menu item as a way to commemorate Kristallnacht, the 1938 attack by Nazis on Jews, viewed by many as the start of the Holocaust. Here's the translation. BBC translated this. This is the ad. It's Memorial Day for Kristallnacht. Treat yourself with more tender cheese on your crispy chicken. Now at KF Cheese. That's the ad. Hey guys, it's Kristallnacht. Put more cheese on your chicken. Where does that even fit in?
First of all, who puts cheese on their chicken?
Germans, apparently.
Apparently, okay.
I mean, there's a reason they lost World War II. They're putting cheese on their freaking fried chicken.
Jeez.
Soon after, 3 different screenshots of KFC's notification were posted on Twitter, drawing strong rebukes on social media. Absolutely hideous, tweeted Daniel Sugarman, Director of Public Affairs for the Board of Deputies of British Jews. Utterly speechless and repulsed, tweeted Arsen Ostrovsky, head of International Legal Forum, a pro-Israel legal organization. Daniel Sugarman said, in a successful attempt to outdo Brewdog in the worst marketing blunder of the month, I want to know what Brewdog was.
Yeah, right.
In the worst marketing blunder of the month stakes, KFC Germany reportedly sent out a push notification offering customers special chicken deals for Kristallnacht before sending another message apologizing. Absolutely hideous. I want to know what the translation for their apology is. Here we go. Roughly an hour later, KFC followed with a retraction of sorts with an all-caps alert saying, "Sorry, we made a mistake." So they're yelling it.
Yeah.
Guys, we're fucking sorry.
We didn't know.
Here it is. Because of a system error, we sent an incorrect and inappropriate alert on our app.
System alert.
What did they do? Maybe they're just, actually, it could have been a system error because maybe in all across the countries, they just like have the computer select the holiday of choice at the time, and they push it. Like for us, it would be like Happy Halloween, put cheese on your chicken.
There you go.
And for them, it was like Happy Kristallnacht, put cheese on your chicken.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Throw
I mean,
some cheese
it's
on your chicken.
very easily could have been like some
algorithm
algorithm that just picked holiday of choice in this country right now, so they just threw on the holiday around that time, and it just happened to be so maybe it was a system error, but guys, do fucking better. We are very sorry. We will check our internal processes immediately so this doesn't happen again. I mean, we can understand how that could be an error, but do you think anybody else buys that shit?
No.
Owned by Yum Brands, KFC told CBS Money Watch in an email statement an automated push notification had been accidentally issued containing an unplanned, insensitive, and unacceptable message. The company said it uses a semi-automated content creation process linked to calendars. There you go. See? Exactly what we thought. So it links it to calendars and then just throws that the closest holiday on their freaking thing. And it's like, man, you gotta check this thing out a little more thoroughly, inspect your shit a little bit better. You didn't think maybe this wasn't going to be a good idea. I don't know.
Guess what day it is? Commemorate Kristallnacht with extra
cheese?
crispy chicken.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's terrible, but it's fantastic. Best advertisement I've seen all year. Absolutely, hands down. I mean, Kanye West went out and ate mass quantities of cheesy chicken that day. And so did Kyrie, obviously, because they're both anti-Semites.
Right.
Let's move on. This one's not as funny. This one's kind of sad.
Yes.
You ever been to an air show?
I have, yeah.
Are you as dark as me where you're like, I wonder if two planes are going to crash this? It's like going to a hockey game and hoping that there's a fight. It's not that I'm hoping two will collide. Right. It's just like.
But you plan for it, right?
I mean, to this day, every time I drive past the airport and see planes landing, I think to myself, I wonder if that plane's going to.
Whenever I'm on a plane, I'm always looking out the window to see if there's a plane that's going to crash.
And hopefully it's not yours.
Yes.
Apparently, two World War II, like vintage antique airplanes collided in midair during this air show in Texas over the weekend. I mean, it was bad.
It sounds bad.
I'm gonna try to play the video. Hopefully, it works out better than last week when we tried to play videos.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's looking promising. A spinning wheel.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna try because it's doing what it was last week.
Okay.
My computer is a piece of shit. So yeah, this plane crashes. These planes crash into each other, and I mean that would be. Can you imagine being a little kid there?
Oh no, not at all.
Like, hey, let's go watch this awesome fun thing together, guys, and all of a sudden, these two planes just explode in midair in front of you.
Whenever you have like this high, like extreme, hazardous, sport, because that's what it is basically.
Right.
I mean,
playing games.
Every so often you're gonna have issues,
Now, I went to an air show when I was younger, and you'd see the planes like basically come all the way down to the ground and go back up. And I've always thought it's like, one of these days their wheel's gonna catch something or something's gonna happen. So it says 6 people are dead after 2 World War II era military planes collided midair at Dallas Executive Airport during an air show Saturday afternoon, killing all on board, the Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office said Sunday. We can confirm there are 6 fatalities. Well, I mean, if you saw the explosion, there's no way anybody... And there's giant pieces of plane just everywhere. It says, in the video footage of the crash that was described by the Dallas mayor as heartbreaking, the planes are seen breaking apart in midair after the collision, then hitting the ground within seconds before bursting into flames. So there's the smoke the plume of smoke after the fact. What was known about the crew members? I don't want to get into all the crew members. I want to know if they say how it happened. It was a B-17 and a P-63, which is really rare, apparently. Says there's only 14 examples known to have survived World War II, 4 of which were in the U.S. that are airworthy, including one owned by the Commemorative Air Force. More than 12,000 B-17s were produced by Boeing between 36 and 45, with nearly 5,000 lost during the war. About 3,300 blah, 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 all these facts and stuff. Looks like the FAA is launching an investigation into the crash, but the NTSB took over. I don't even know who that is.
I was going to say, what's NTSB?
Once its team reached the scene, the agency said at a news conference, the team dispatched by the NTSB consists of technical experts who are regularly sent to plane crash sites to investigate the collision. Our team methodically and systematically reviews all evidence and considers all potential factors, blah, blah, blah. It sounds like they don't really know anything.
Yeah.
It says neither was equipped with a black box, so they won't have any flight data. So that's out the window, which I was wondering if, because they're so old, they wouldn't have been equipped with that to start with, but did they put them in it after the fact? But apparently not.
Yeah.
It made full investigation may last 12 to 18 months before the final report is released. So sad, very sad, but I don't know. Again, you're playing with fire every time you fly those things so damn close to each other.
I mean, it's just like any stunt driver, stunt flyer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you're playing with fire.
Right. So let's move on. Let's move to the warmongers, because we haven't talked about the warmongers in a while. We haven't talked about Ukraine in a while.
Thank God.
Apparently, Zelensky, who obviously loves war, is giving a joint pro-war presentation with none other than warmonger George W. Bush.
And you sent me a video clip earlier in the week of like it seemed like a soap opera type thing of Sean Penn giving Zelensky his award.
Well, that's some bullshit, because Sean Penn said he was going to smelt his freaking award. Remember that? And then, so then when he's presenting it to Zelensky, I'm like, first of all, this is hilarious, because we all say that Zelensky's just a fucking actor anyway, so you're just giving him an Actors Guild award. Second of all, you're full of shit, because you said you're gonna melt your award down, and you never did that. So your bullshit is showing. And that was so stupid. It was like multicam view. It was all like so fake and so produced.
Yeah,
it was just like this is so stupid. And leave it up to Sean Penn to try to get back in the news.
Absolutely.
But it says war criminal George W. Bush and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will be appearing at an event next week at the G.W. Bush Presidential Center in partnership with U.S. government-funded narrative management operations, Freedom House, and National Endowment for Democracy, one of our favorite alphabet agencies.
Yes.
The goal of the presentation will reportedly be to address the completely fictional and imaginary concern that congressional Republicans won't continue supporting the U.S. proxy war efforts in Ukraine. So basically, people were worried, hey, if Republicans take over, we're going to stop supporting the war. Well, GW is there to reassure them that the Republicans have no intention of stopping this war.
Our strategy is straight, and we will not stop the support of this war.
He's like, did you find WMDs there? Because I couldn't find. I tried really hard to find WMDs.
Try that angle, because people really go for that.
Try just saying WMDs. You'll get everybody's support if you mention the phrase WM. I don't even know what WMD stands for, but I know that when I say WMDs, people lose their minds and they support the wars when you say WMDs. So
I imagine like Zelensky like walking up, and GW sitting off, and he's like, Zelensky, and he's like, GW, you son of a bitch, and they go up and do this like predator like
yes,
focus
obviously
on their biceps,
Yes. It's like, boy, I thought I had the market cornered in fake wars, but man, you're doing a bang up job over there. Former U.S. President G.W. Bush will hold a public conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, this is according to CNN, next week with the aim of underscoring the importance of U.S. continuing to support the Ukrainian war effort against Russia. The event will take place in Dallas and be open to the public. Comes amid questions about the willingness of the president or the former president's Republican Party to maintain support for Ukraine. Ukraine is the front line in the struggle for freedom and democracy. Is this Bush? Nope, it's David Kramer. I can't do my George Bush voice for this. It's literally under attack as we speak, and it's vitally important that the United States provide the assistance military and otherwise to help Ukraine defend itself. President Bush believes in standing with Ukraine.
Of course he does.
The struggle for freedom event will take... Can you imagine that? Like... That name alone, it's just like, well, we got to come up with a name.
It's got to have freedom in it.
Yeah, we've got to have a name that just pulls at their heartstrings, and we have to support this because the struggle for freedom is real.
My God.
It will take place Wednesday in partnership with the Freedom House in the National Endowment for Democracy at the GW Presidential Center. To be clear, there is absolutely no reality-based reason to believe Republicans will meaningfully shy away from the full-scale support for arming and assisting the Ukrainian military. The proxy war has only an impotent minority of opposition in the party, and every bill to fund it has passed with overwhelming bipartisan support. Some MAGA Republicans have claimed that funding the war would stop if the GOP won the midterm elections. Yeah, we all know that's bullshit.
Right.
But they were lying. There was never the slightest chance of that happening.
Right.
Bush, you may remember, drew headlines and laughter earlier this year with his Freudian confession in which he accused Vladimir Putin of launching a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq. Ukraine? You remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
The fact that the president, who launched a full-scale ground invasion which destabilized the entire region and led to the deaths of over 1 million people, is now narrative managing for the U.S. empire's current aggressively propagandized intervention, says everything about the nature of this war.
Right.
Also appearing with Bush will be a leader who's slated to become the face of the U.S. empire's next proxy war, Tsai Ing-wen of Taiwan.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to get Taiwan leader, we're going to get GW, and we're going to get Zelensky, and they're all going to talk about the importance of war.
Yeah. I almost feel like, it's almost like a, Comic-Con where they show like all the great movies coming up in the future. Coming soon, Taiwan.
Well, they got like the classics. Yeah. The classics, GW, the classic proxy
Iraq,
war.
Absolutely.
We've got like what's happening now.
Yeah, Ukraine.
Like, featuring war in Ukraine, and then it's like, stand by, next summer.
Yes, the blockbuster you've been waiting for.
Yes, war in Taiwan. Apparently, GW is making his rounds though, because also in the news, GW was doing back-to-back conferences with Barry Obama on the importance of democracy and disinformation.
You know that GW and Michelle Obama are besties.
Are they?
Yes, they are very, very close.
I did not know that.
Yes, they have bonded over a number of things, and
Weird.
they're very close friends.
Did he paint her or something?
Oh God,
like nude
Titanic
painting
shit.
Ew.
Paint me like one of your French girls, GW.
Except she won't ever let that get out in the public, because then we will know the truth about.
Yes. He painted Dick Cheney, and now he's painting Michelle's
dick. Because this one here says GW and Barack Obama hold back-to-back conferences this week focusing on democracy and disinformation. I mean, that's ironic in itself.
Yeah.
GW and Barack Obama hosting a conference on, first of all, disinformation.
Yeah.
He was like the OG of election fraud.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, he was famous for the whole Florida move.
Yeah, exactly. It says GW's executive director, who is working with the former president on democracy and disinformation conference, is David J. Kramer, who's famous for promoting the Trump-Russia dossier. It says former President GW and Barack Obama are holding back-to-back democracy conferences in the days after Donald Trump makes what he teased will be a major announcement. So he's going to probably come out and say guys, I'm running for the bigliest position in the land. I'm running for president again. I know that's shocking. It was shocking to me and it's shocking to you, but I'm going to do it. And then GW and Barack Obama are going to come out and be like, guys, we need to focus on democracy and It's all just fucking political posturing, and
it is.
We're already preparing for 2024, and the shit is going to start early.
Yes.
I even saw an article when I was looking for stuff to talk about today. It was just like the Republicans need to have an earlier approach to the 2024 election. It's like, man, they're planning on fucking starting earlier.
I told you that this election cycle was not going to stop. They were going to go from this directly into the
next.
presidential.
Yeah, it's freaking
I read something about how Pelosi's saying that Biden is poised to announce that he's going to rerun after they win the Senate.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never ending anymore.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where it's like, all right, this one's over. It's not even over. It's just like, let's just blend. How did 2022? How does that affect 2024? And it's just like the same talking points just continue on, and we don't even get a breath of fresh air anymore.
No.
So GW, I thought he was gone. He's here. No. He's back for good.
He's not going away.
And he's partnered up with Barry O.
Yes, Barry O.
to battle the infamous Donald Trump.
Yes.
So I want to just give them all freaking like swords, like samurai swords, and let them fight it.
Yes.
Yeah, let them fight it out in an arena.
I want to see that. Yes.
And whichever one wins, they can be president again.
Yes.
If Barack Obama wants to be president for a third time, you better win the damn fight.
Right.
Donald Trump, I don't know if he can hold a sword with his tiny hands, but I mean, I would love to see that, and I would just gladly get. I mean, there's no election fraud when you just let them all fight it out with samurai swords.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, Bill Clinton's in there.
Oh yeah. Well, he's not. They're like Bill. We said samurai sword. They put that thing away. That's not what we were talking about. I know you call that your samurai sword, but that's not what we were talking about.
You said bring your weapon.
Gross. So. Last thing in the news, you sent me this.
Yeah.
This is from the Times of Israel. Apparently, multi-faith leaders are gathering in Israel and around the world for climate repentance. What is climate like?
Yes.
Are they apologizing to the climate? Are they apologizing to Greta Thunberg? Who are they apologizing to?
Yes, I think they're apologizing to God.
Oh, they are. Meeting on Mount Sinai. This is going to be, this is going to be if the Antichrist is real, this is going to be the resurrection of the Antichrist.
Absolutely.
It's like they're setting this shit up.
Absolutely.
Jews to join forces with Muslims, Christians, Hindus, and Buddhists, citing security concerns. Egypt refuses to let the event be held. Oh, Egypt's refusing to let it be held on Mount Sinai. They wanted to do it on Mount Sinai, and Egypt's like, I don't want anything to do with that shit.
Yeah, that sounds like a nuke waiting to happen.
That sounds like so many problems. Says Jews, Muslims, Christians, Hindus, and Buddhists from Israel, Egypt, the U.S., India, Spain, and the U.K. plan to gather Sunday around the world to call on global leaders to act for climate repentance and to implement 10 climate principles. The events planned to take place in Jerusalem, London, the Egyptian resort of Sharm el-Sheikh, and other locations are timed to coincide with the United Nations COP27 climate conference.
Which is this week or next week?
Which ends November 18th. Okay. So it's probably happening right now.
Yeah.
London's event will be held at the foot of Parliament Hill. Among the faith leaders expected to participate are Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople, or Istanbul, which is Constantinople, yeah. Swami Chidanand, sorry, they're killing me here. Saraswati from India.
Just call him Swami.
Imam Faisal Abdul Rauf from the U.S.
Ralph? Ayman Ralph?
Yes. And Rabbi, or Rauf, not Ralph. Rauf. And Rabbi Jonathan Wittenberg from London. Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, who is also known as the Green Patriarch due to his dedication to environmental issues, released a statement ahead of the event decrying the abuse of nature and the exploitation of its resources as a sin against God, the Creator, and the gift of creation. The events are being organized by Rabbi Yonatan Nerol's Interfaith Center for Sustainable Development, the Elijah Interfaith Institute, and the Adam Tava Vadin Environmental Advocacy organization. All Israel-based organizations. Interesting. I'm just going to say interesting because I can't say anything else because
right.
It's interesting. The original plan was to hold a large event at Jabal Musa, believed by many to be the biblical Mount Sinai, where Moses received the Ten Commandments. But the Egyptian government refused to allow it, citing security reasons. Here's the 10 principles that we get to look forward to.
All right. And I heard these are supposed to be like the new commandments.
The 10 principles, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
The 10 commandments for climate change.
Yes.
The 10 principles for climate repentance that God emblazoned onto stone tablets on Mount Sinai, but Egypt was like, nope, sorry, security concerns.
Security.
Sorry, God, can you emblazon those somewhere else because I don't want that shit
sounds
here.
like a security nightmare.
Yes. So here are the 10 principles for climate repentance.
Okay.
Number 1, we are stewards of this world. Okay, I can get on with that.
Yeah,
I can get on board with that. Number 2, creation manifests divinity. So
Yeah.
creation manifests God or whichever God you're
Yeah.
divinity.
I would say divinity manifests creation.
Well, divinity is manifested in creation, I think, is what they're getting for here.
Right.
Creation,
Maybe evident in
I don't know.
creation.
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah. That is weird how they worded that. It's
That
almost
is-
like creation. Well, there's no such thing as creation if there's not the divine. It's not a creation, but creation manifests the divinity.
Right.
So God comes from creation.
That's almost what it sounds like.
Yeah. Number 3, everything in life is interconnected.
Okay.
Okay? I can
Circle
get
of
on.
life. That's
Yes.
some Lion King shit.
Number 4, do no harm.
All right.
That's a pretty libertarian principle.
Yeah.
Number 5, look after tomorrow. Number 6, rise above ego for our world.
Yeah. Tell everybody else that.
These are probably the most
I was
egotistical
gonna say,
people.
Yes.
To come together and be like, this is the word of creation, which manifests God, and we are speaking it. We're probably flying in on private jets to have this meeting.
Right.
Number 7, change our inner climate.
What does that mean?
Change to like man in the mirror type shit.
Oh,
Michael Jackson said
okay,
that.
all
They
right.
just stole that right out of
Wow.
Michael Jackson's freaking journal. Number 8, repent and return. Number 9, every action matters. And number 10, use mind, open heart.
It sounds like some cryptic Yoda shit.
Yeah, this is all so fucking vague.
Yeah.
You could put this on anything.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys,
Let's put that. You could take each of those and put them in a fortune cookie.
yeah, you you could. Most of them you could put on a wall in a college campus.
Yeah.
And just minus maybe the divinity part, but
Yeah.
even that is very.
You know what this is? This is 10 Commandments for the TikTok generation.
It is. It really
Yeah.
is. It's super short and vague and.
Yeah, it can mean whatever you want it to mean, right?
Just like how God is viewed. Just God
hey,
is
man,
whoever you want it is. The
like-
commandments are whatever you want them to be.
Manage your inner climate, dude.
Do no harm, bro.
Right?
Look after tomorrow. I mean, because tomorrow can't look after itself. I mean, first of all, look after tomorrow is completely anti-biblical.
Right, absolutely.
Because the Bible does say, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself.
Right.
Don't worry about yesterday because it's gone. Don't worry about tomorrow because it'll worry about itself. Fucking worry about today.
Exactly.
And so, but apparently now we have to look after tomorrow. Change your inner climate. If you want to change the climate around you first, you gotta change your inner climate, bro. It's so vague. Again, you could print this on anything. Any handbook for most businesses, any yoga studio.
Little cat poster hanging from the cliff.
Yeah, the freaking motivational posters.
Yeah.
Any church wall, any, I don't know, like a doctor's office or you could look after tomorrow. It's like, oh, that's profound.
Really, that's really deep.
Yes. And so those are the 10 commandments of climate repentance. So what do you think of this? Is this something we should keep an eye out for? Because it's just weird to me that all these leaders of all these religions are coming together and being like, guys, we got to repent.
I could see
the climate.
Yes. Kind of how churches have kind of really embraced the LGBT
and the green climate.
Right, and the green. But this, I think, just cements that even more so.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure the Pope has a statement somewhere out there. He's like, hey, I couldn't be there, but I totally support what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I don't know. It's going to be a public embracing by all the world religions of the green agenda, of basically the Great Reset type mentality. And now all religions can collectively say, we are on board with this, guys, because we want to look after tomorrow.
We are almost 7 years from the 2030 date.
Yeah.
Right? So they really got to start kicking things up.
Yeah,
right?
and we got to get the religions involved.
Absolutely.
Because
that'll get people going.
Yeah, that'll get the rest of us roped in. So that was really interesting. It comes from the Times of Israel. I'm going to keep my eye out on that because this is happening. When did it say? The events planned to take place in Jerusalem, all the places, timed to coincide with the United Nations COP Climate Conference being held in Egypt, which ends November 18th. So it wasn't a friggin' security risk for Egypt to host the climate conference, but when it came to this, they're like, nah.
Yeah. The religious stuff, it's like, we're not, no.
Nah, we're not going to, nah. Let's just not.
Papa always says, don't host religion and politics. We already got politics. We got to stay away from the religion.
Exactly. So that's all I got for this week. You got anything to add?
We had talked briefly, I think last week, about the Kyrie Irving thing.
Yes.
So, interestingly enough, apparently there was a mass letter by a bunch of celebrities to Barnes & Noble and Jeff Bezos saying, hey, you need to take this book and movie off.
Well, they're only doing that because they realized Kyrie was right when he's like, it's on a public platform.
Right. Yeah.
Why are you mad at me? They have it on their platform, and me, I'm just like, Kyrie, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right.
I want to watch this. So, do you think they do it?
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I think they'll keep it on there.
I mean,
they'll just put like some kind of disclaimer, like they do with Peter Pan now. Be like, hey, this may be culturally insensitive, just a warning.
This may be riddled with hate speech, just to warn you. But, so I makes me want to watch it even more now that they're pushing
I bought
so
the
hard
book,
against it. All right, well,
when it comes in.
Yeah, let me know. We'll have to do a show about it.
Yes.
See how long we last on YouTube. That's all the time we have for this week. Weekend's almost over. I would say enjoy it, but it's cold as fuck out, so you're probably not going to enjoy it anyway, unless you're in like the southern states or like.
Actually, my dad's in Alabama, and he said that it's really cold down there as well.
But really cold in Alabama is like 67.
Well, that's true, but he did say it was like in the 30s.
Oh God. Talk about global warming, man.
Right?
We fucked up everything. Hopefully these religious leaders do a good job.
Right?
Because
Iman, Ralph, come on, man. Help us out.
Right, exactly. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Try to stay warm. Try to stay inside and cozy. Make sure you check out tomorrow night is our main episode live, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, just like every Monday night. Be there. Join us live for that because it's more fun when we have more people involved.
Absolutely.
So show up for that. Don't know what we're talking about yet, but it will be a banger as always.
As always.
Check us out all over social media. Share us far and wide at our handle, which is at Break the Bell Pod. Share us across the webs because that's how we get to do bigger and better things. Spread our reach out so we can reach out to more people and piss them off as much as we piss you off. So
if we're lucky.
Have a great rest of your weekend. We will catch you tomorrow night.
Peace.
Goodbye.
The Break the Bell podcast is brought to you by you. So pat yourself on the back because without you, we would be talking to ourselves. A special thanks to our Patreon members, Justin Zelensky, Remzo Martinez, Stephanie Parker, and T.O. Jacobson. A shout out to our sponsors, Run Your Mouth Coffee, the On the Run podcast, and Goulash Media. If you'd like to help support us, visit patreon.com/breakthebell or buy our garbage at breakthebell.bigcartel.com. Get back here next week and let us continue to invade your ear holes. And as always, never stop talking.